Hello and welcome to Digimon Conflict. We are back after a break due to my move, so we are in a new location. Sorry if there's any scuff. I'm not used to uh, podcasting again, so we'll see how we do this. We did episodes 45 to 49, Digimon Adventures, and with me today I have Keja,
Oi.
Zeta,
Oh, whoa.
and Kain. Kain.
Oh, he died.
Hello.
Good start.
I zoned out for a little bit.
I was like, damn, okay, I'm not the only one, Rusty, we're good. It's fine, on the main podcast, I called Keja customers.
Oh yeah.
I was like, damn, okay. It's fine, it's only been like a month and a half since we sat down and done this. We're off to an amazing start. But yeah, so we kicked into these episodes and we left off at a very awkward time because we left off at the very tail start of a fight-ish. And so we went straight back into that with episode 45 being the ultimate clash, and where Matt's got told to be an angsty brat, or more of an angsty brat, by a tree and went to go pick a fight with Ty. And we get lore, and Kari's talking to Sparkles, and so much happened.
Such a big episode to start off with.
It was like we come in with like the whole fight between Matt and Ty, and they're arguing and stuff, and what is it? Ogremon and Metal Garurumon Metal Garurumon trying to fight Ogremon, and Agumon refusing, and a very censored fight because they can't show the actual impacts of the punches. So we just kind of see the boys falling around a lot. And then meanwhile, Kairi's off in a corner talking to some Sparkles. And then
Looking like a crazy person.
yeah, as Izzy and Gatomon pointed out, like they're over there talking, like, is she okay? Is she always do this?
Yeah, Gatomon straight up called her crazy. She's like,
That is your tamer. What are you doing?
Which I don't think happens in the subtitle. I think that was just the dub. But
Probably.
I mean, it was funny nonetheless.
It really was. But yeah, so she talks to Sparkles, then she becomes possessed, and her becoming possessed leads the boys to stop fighting because they get shot up into Light World and are now floating through space and being told the history of how they became digidestined. That's a lot. It's a lot.
And then they come back and Kyrie's like, what happened? And they're like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you don't need to know this part. It's fine.
It's not important.
Yeah. So we learn about we see a young Genai. We see all the eggs of all the Digimon partners, and they're hooked up to Digivices and Crest. We learn that Paimon abducted the eggs, or tried to abduct the egg. He stole the crest, right?
Yeah, he stole the crest.
Uh-oh.
That's about all he could steal.
Yeah, and then Genai flies away with everything else, but drops Gatomon's egg, which is why she was alone.
It was so sad.
I love how the ancient humans are all just fucking Jedis with normal claymores.
Okay. So all the ancient humans are just clones of Genai.
Oh.
Like every
Okay, it's just a souped up Clone Wars then.
Yes. They're all just Genai over and over again. I guess it wasn't show. Yeah. This is a lore thing that I don't even think we can touch on right now because we would spend here for 2 hours if we explained the whole. If we get to Tamers, we'll explain the lore of Genai.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
he's in Tamers?
No, but the aspect of time travel is introduced in Tamers, which is what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tamers is fun.
it's complicated.
It's very complicated.
we are
It's
taking
fine.
we are taking lore one step at a time. Because I already had to explain to Keja who homeostasis is, because of this.
Oh yeah.
So it's not mentioned here. The first time homeostasis is actually mentioned is in a much later series, but
Mhm.
at least anime wise, it is brought up more in the manga, which I think I don't know if released alongside this or after this, but it's more explained who this deity fail-safe system of the digital world is that chooses the digidestin, which is homeostasis. This is not going to be the last time this happens to Kari.
No.
So she is a very
No, this is
special
not
already
child.
wasn't.
foreshadowing
I
at
remember
all.
when it happened later, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, she is a very special
Shit
child.
was happening.
The hell is a homeostasis?"
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get more of it in later Digimon that we're gonna be watching in this series, but it is not explained at all in this one.
You'll get touched on way later.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we got some time.
We'll get there.
Uh,
We will get there. But yeah, so all the lore gets dropped. All the explanation of the Digimon's past gets explained. And then we're back into our regular bodies and they're no longer floating in space and Matt just decides I'm gonna go do my own thing and
Mhm.
leaves, and then Mimi decides she doesn't want to fight anymore and decides to not leave while everyone else leaves.
Mm.
And Joe decides he's gonna stick with Mimi because it's not right to leave a girl by herself.
Yeah.
Understandable.
again, the stupidest decision they could possibly make.
Well, it's better than leaving her on her own, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they've
but
done
the
it.
splitting up in general.
They've done
Right.
it 3 times and have been
Yeah.
told, "Hey, it's better if you stay as a group and work together on 2 separate
Yeah.
occasions."
And the other times it's been forced split up. This is the one time it's like, hey guys, we have the option to
Oh,
stick
excuse
together.
me? Four split up? Sora left out on our fucking own in the middle of the night. At least Matt told them he was leaving.
Well,
Sora's
yeah,
like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
fucking Sora doesn't count. I was talking more about like when they got split off before, like dealing with Devimon and
Oh
that
yeah,
type
the
of shit.
beds. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like, oh, you're shot off in other parts of the world.
That's true. Yeah,
And it's like, oh hey guys, we're back together again. All right, it's time to leave.
Kai's gone. Let's
Yeah.
split up again. Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
totally worked last time.
Oh, Puppetmon split us up, guys. Oh, we're back again. Oh, never mind. I guess we're breaking apart again.
No, like in the subtitled, it made I think a little bit more sense of why Matt left because like his dialogue was a little bit more like he immediately apologized for what he had did and like blowing off, and he's just like, "This is some. I just have to work through some things on my own. I'll be back," kind of thing, instead of just like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'm out." And then the Mimi and Joe stuff wasn't really edited at all. It didn't seem like this is just kind of in line with Mimi's character of she doesn't want to fight anymore. She doesn't want to see people hurt anymore. She's tired of like people dying, which
Yeah, which was
valid.
touched on like last group of episodes as well. Like,
Mhm.
Ooh, well, that sucks for her in the next episode.
right.
Ugh.
Oh, Zeta will like this
Oh,
part.
no.
So this was explained in the subtitled more because I don't think it was actually explained in the dub. The Mechanorimon,
Mhm.
the Mechanori being like the word for vehicle, they can actually be you can actually get inside them and pilot them like a Gundam.
Oh yeah, because they did show
They show it, but they don't explain it the way that they do in the subtitle.
yeah, they showed it in the ones that we watched, and I was like, oh, they can be
Mhm.
piloted.
Yeah.
Neat.
I didn't know that.
Yup. Genai just gets inside one and just takes over. It was just like, okay. Yeah, this is our origin of the lore of the Digidestined, which I told Keja we were getting to because she kept asking about like why Gatomon was by herself and stuff. Like it comes. It definitely
It did
comes.
come. And it was
Oh,
It
It
is,
came
kind of
full
underwhelming.
circle.
yep. It is one of those
'Cause I'm
things
like-
that it's at least it's explained. Not everything is explained. At least this one was.
Yeah, at least it
Wow.
was explained, but it's also like, yeah, she just kind of got dropped because, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's sad.
he was
I
in a
forget
rush.
him on.
He was in a rush, and she got left behind.
I didn't take into consideration the big dumb dome on his head could just have people sit in there. Wow.
Learning new things.
Uh-huh.
There's a card art for Mechanorimon coming out in the next set, and there's just a Commandramon sitting in the fucking pilot seat.
Oh God.
I mean, normally it's Bakumon that's supposed to pilot the damn thing, but Commandermon would make more sense.
You learn something new every day.
Right. I do have a note for like the beginning of the fight between Metal Garurumon and War Greymon, because Agumon finally goes back up into War Greymon, and yeah, I don't know if this is a thing in New Zealand as much as it was in America, but y'all remember in high school when like boys would pick a fight and the one dude would just give the little chest push of like pushing somebody away. I'm just like, oh, I'm so tough.
Oh, yeah.
Metal Garurumon really did that to our Greymon in a scene. He really did the tough guy push.
Come on, step up, bro.
I also really fucking hated like the sudden like Gabumon was always kind of like non-aggressive, and then they
Mhm.
just did a 360 for this episode where he's just like, I'm wanting to fight you now.
His,
I don't know why.
Well, his thing is always he's very loyal to Matt.
And
Yeah.
I get that.
It
but
was
he's
very
normally been the
much-
force of reason.
Yeah, but that didn't work. He tried that. And then Matt
Yeah.
made up his mind and he was like, I'll stand by you with whatever you choose then. And Matt chose. So.
I figured he would have a little bit of like holding back, like he really doesn't want to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's more of like he feels like this is the only way he can like support Matt in this situation. Like talking to him didn't really work it out, and he's obviously like going through something of angsty teenage boy stuff, I guess. We all gotta fight our best friends at some point, right?
sure. This could have taken a darker turn too.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I don't know. Any other notes for this episode?
There was just so much stupid dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funny to watch Piedmon just skewer everybody and just summon freaking mechs with lasers. It looked like a Star Wars episode.
Mhm.
God.
Yeah, no, I had notes of like, right at the beginning of the episode, TK was like, I'm gonna tell Mom you're fighting. I'm like, TK, baby,
Oh my
that's not.
God.
I mean,
That's not-
technically, the mom did say take good care of TK, and this is not taking good care of TK. This is putting him in danger.
So, oh shit. That wasn't in the subtitle version.
Well, that doesn't
wasn't?
surprise me.
God damn it!
I
fucking
think-
hate it.
I think. Okay, so there's a shot of Puppetmon in this one too, laughing in a tree, isn't there?
Yes,
Yes.
he's laughing
Those-
when War Greymon and Middle Garurumon are having
Okay,
it
I
out.
think those two scenes are rehashes from the previous episode where they just cut in the scenes and put in the dialogue, because I don't remember those being in the subtitle at all. 'Cause
Oh.
they don't really show Puppetmon up there in the tree laughing, and I remember seeing that when we watched the subtitle or the dub. And the TK one definitely did not happen. So I think those are just like they took the scenes from the previous episode and then dubbed over a line or something to make up time, because they did have to cut out a lot of punches. like Matt and Ty were kind of
Mhm.
going at it, and they can't show the actual impact. So they
Okay,
might have.
that makes sense.
Yeah, they might have did that to fill time.
That does make sense.
Yeah. I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, I'd have to look it up to know for sure, but that's probably what ended up happening because yeah, I do remember that line. I don't remember seeing that in the Japanese at all. So,
Huh.
all right. Episode
Yeah.
46, Etamon's comeback tour.
Can we, oh god, do we have to?
Yes.
Ah,
So we not only get, of course, to see more wonderful Etamon, but we get to see Ogremon come back as well. Ogremon shows up and gets
Oh yeah.
I'll
Aw.
happily take Ogremon back. I'll take
It
him
was
every
so
day.
good.
Yeah.
Ogremon almost gets squished by a meteor. The meteor was Etamon.
And he just like watched it happen too.
Yeah. Etamon proceeds to Tarzan of the Jungle, or no, George of the Jungle, his way through the jungle to try and find the kids. Whereas Mimi and Joe find Ogremon injured from getting squished by the meteorite. And they bond, because Mimi bonds with all the slightly repulsive Digimons, apparently.
I mean, Ogremon's had it rough. He was getting chased by Woodmon the entire time. Then out of nowhere, Etamon just gets fucking blasted out of existence.
This is fair.
Not dropped on top of him.
He
this is
just ain't
fair.
having a good day.
I will say he did show up bloody, and I was a little shocked that they actually showed blood in the show.
That was
Broken
surprising.
arm.
Mm-hmm. And yeah.
They might have not censored it because of how Mimi and Joe treat him afterwards. It might be a valuable lesson for kids, so they might not have censored it for that merit.
Maybe.
Okay. To be fair, there is also a gun in this episode
There is a gun in this episode.
that they did not censor.
It's not a gun, it's a cannon. Cannons are okay. Guns are not.
Oh, right, the can't.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really
I
censor
heard
that
a
out. What were
gun.
they going
Was
to
it-
shoot him with?
Was it actually just the cannon?
Yeah,
that
it
I
was just a
thinking
cannon.
about?
Are we talking?
Oh, okay.
Are we talking about the cannon that Puppetmon's lackeys start shooting at him?
I don't know. I just kind of wrote, "Oh, hey, a gun."
Yeah, it's
So,
probably a
I
cannon
don't-
because I don't think there's any guns in this episode besides it.
Yeah, I don't recall it. I could be wrong though. This is our most heavily censored episode, by the way.
Oh,
Because a lot of our stuff hasn't been censored that badly from what I was seeing. Like, I don't really have a lot of notes from watching the Japanese. I don't like what was in the original version though, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm curious. I'm going to skim down the synopsis.
So there's a whole fight between Puppetmon and Metal Etamon. Puppetmon stabs Etamon in the ass, and Etamon farts in his face.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That's comedy.
I didn't even know. Like
no, I'm good.
I am
no,
also good.
I watched the episode after this to recap since I had to leave because of the storm last time.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed that part of the fight in the preview. I was like, we didn't get that. What the fuck happened? I missed that.
Yeah, I wish I had missed that.
He stabbed him with his nose too, so he was in there.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm seeing that part of the fight between Puppetmon and Metal Etamon is cut out in the English dub where he uses his drill nose attack on Metal Etamon's backside.
Yo.
I didn't even fucking know he could use that as a weapon. I just thought that was an ornament for his face.
Me too.
I would have been happy not knowing this my entire life. But now we know. Yeah.
The most depressing thing with Etamon's comeback is like I would have been fine with him coming back, but his attacks are all so fucking lackluster and comedy only.
They are so great. Oh boy, do I have another note for y'all in a later episode that's great though in the same vein. We do get an Etamon music number again.
Oh fuck!
Aw.
My favorite.
He puts on a nice little performance for us for a little bit.
We love Discount Elvis.
The other big censored thing that ends up happening, Deramon. So Deramon in the dub gives his whole speech about being a tour guide before the Digimon Revolution, which is not a thing that ever happened.
Mm.
Instead, this entire dialogue thing is revolving around like I don't know what they would consider it in Japanese, but he has a speech pattern of saying "dearu" like after everything he says, and TK makes a joke to immediately repeats it in his reply to like, "Oh, they're going into the house," and TK repeats it afterwards, and then Kairi repeats after it, and then they're just like, "Guys, you don't have to mimic him," and then everyone just starts mimicking it and starts saying "dearu" after everything they say, and that is the entire
Oh my
joke of while they're
God.
going through the mansion up into the what you call it, the cannon room, like the whole litter box line about things being worse than a litter box lined with flypaper, or the whole tour guide thing.
Yeah.
Didn't exist. It's just a play on words. So
I love that though. That's so much better.
it is. It's really funny to like watch it. I was like, man, they cut out like that's like a third of the episode that they had to edit for that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, they go up and they start shooting the cannon at Puppetmon. Deramon gets very gung ho with the cannon. He was very happy to shoot it. Puppetmon is not happy about it. I also have a note that so Izzy scans them and says they're both champion level or something. Is
Yeah.
it Deramon ultimate level?
I thought he was a champion.
Is he a champion?
I-
He's
According
pretty
to the
sure
thing, he's
Floramon's a
ultimate.
rookie, though.
He's
and
an
I
ultimate.
thought
Floramon is
Floramon was a rookie, yeah.
Yeah, Floramon's a rookie, but yeah, Daramon's an ultimate.
Daramon's an ultimate.
So
Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, he
That's-
sure is.
That's
Yo, what the hell
underwhelming.
did they do?
Oh my god. You poor man. They could have gave you a better design, my guy.
I mean, he's not the first like high level Mon to not look like a high level Mon. If we
I mean,
need to...
he's kind of cute. I kind of like him.
I went to his wiki page and it reminded me of Kiwimon, and the laugh echoed in my head again.
Oh man. It should come back with a vengeance.
Oh my god. I hate it. I hate it. I'm putting that laugh track in here again.
Yeah, Kiwimon spinning over Kain.
But yeah, so while this was happening, Mimi and Joe are tending to Ogremon's wounds with toilet paper, because that is how you tend
That's
to
effective.
broken arms.
Listen, you work with what you got.
Why he decided to bring rolls of toilet paper and not a first aid kit is beyond me.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the thing. Have you ever tried to wipe your butt with leaves? It's not pleasant.
Yes, actually, I have gone camping many times.
I
I
would also want to bring toilet paper.
You don't need 3 rolls. You can bring 2 and bring a med kit.
I'm
I'm also
surprised you
pretty
didn't
sure-
have a med kit.
Also,
Yeah, that should be like a priority bring, I think.
Also, the fact that it's a guy bringing the toilet paper, not one of the girls, because guys only have to use it like a third as often as girls do.
This is fair.
So,
Mhm.
why is Joe bringing toilet paper?
What was you gonna say, Keja?
I remember somebody saying when we were watching the episode as well, like, they don't even go to the bathroom anyway, so why
Yeah,
bring
that
the
was
toilet
me.
paper?
Right.
Yeah, I
I've
was
never
pretty
seen
sure it
them
was Zeta.
actually go. Yeah. It was just odd.
Other than the Digimon, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the Digimon still have to go, but the humans don't apparently.
I mean, we got a couple comments made about because didn't Joe initially, when Matt left, say he thought he was just going to take a pee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So there has
So-
been mention of it.
This is another thing that I kind of wonder on with the time difference between the worlds. I wonder if you're in the digital world, you go through kind of like a time stasis on your body.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is covered.
Plus, they
It might be.
they get hungry and stuff, right? So I don't think.
Yeah, time still passes.
Yeah.
No,
I-
what I'm saying is like time doesn't have a more substantial effect on their bodies. Like it's a slower like time usage. Like their body's moving a lot slower time wise
Yeah, I feel
than
like
the actual world.
I feel like this is something that is covered more with the Tamers thing with the time travel dude, but it's like a game thing. I would have to look it up, but I feel like because I can't say much because it's gonna be spoilers for O2.
Yeah.
But there is a situation where that might come up. I'll have to look into it. So we'll get there. Maybe.
Maybe.
When we get to that character, I'll have looked it up.
Probably.
Do I put in Edamon's music number in this too?
Fuck
God.
it, do it. If we had to listen to it, everybody else has to listen to it.
Anything else from this episode that I'm missing?
Well, I mean, this is wait a minute, it doesn't happen this episode, it happens next one.
Mm-hmm.
We do get to see Saber Leomon finally.
Oh yeah, he shows up at the very end.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Wait, does that mean we also saw Gekomon and Otamamon?
Yes. No,
Yes.
wait.
No,
Did they happen?
that
No.
was
not
No.
yet.
That's okay.
Next episode.
next
Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay.
like the start of the next episode.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Saber
yeah.
Leomon just like jumped out of the bush and then
Yeah, he
Sorry
jumped
about-
down the bush and helped them, I think.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
ran away.
Yeah, and they're like, what the hell is that thing?
I love Saber Leomon's design.
Yes.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
Though I am a little bit disappointed that it's a mega.
I find it very interesting that they aren't touching on the fact that this would have to be a warp evolution for Leomon to go to Saber Leomon
Mm-hmm.
at
Yeah.
all. Because
really?
yeah, he's skipping
Yeah.
a level.
Yeah,
'Cause-
he's straight up skipping a level.
yeah. He has at least 2 other evolutions he could go to before getting Saber Leomon, or like two possible versions. But
I prefer
oh,
his other mega, to be honest.
which one?
Bancho Leomon.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, Bancho
Bancho
Leomon
Leomon
was
is
badass.
sick.
That's fair.
dude.
I forget that that's a mega level. I'm like, I always think of it more of as like a slide Evo, but yeah, it is a mega.
Mhm.
I want to see Grap Leomon in a series eventually.
Oh,
my
Grap
gosh.
Leomon is so cool, dude.
He would have to survive long enough to get there.
True.
Why? Why you gotta do us like this? We're not even on that episode yet. God damn it!
Speaking of that episode 47, Ogremon's Honor, where we get more interactions between Saber Leomon and Ogremon, and we learn more about their rivalry. And Mimi becomes Princess Mimi again for like 2 seconds until she tells Gekomon and Otamamon not to call her Princess Mimi anymore. And guess who dies?
God, I wonder who dies.
God, that
was
whole
so
fight was really
bit-
frustrating.
But look on the bright side, we learned that Zudomon does have a purpose.
Yeah, Chrome Digizoid.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Chrome Digizoid on your body. That's cute. I have it on my hammer, and look at the sharp
Oh
tip.
yeah.
I just have my note for that is just Saber Leomon just Alacards Etamon through the chest after that too. Just straight up fist through chest and just done.
No, my
Yeah.
chiseled metal body.
We did get a nice little jump scare of some metal Etamon cheeks though.
I did
Ugh.
not need to see that man's butt.
I didn't need to see any of him. That was
Also-
just so unnecessary.
I hate this so much, but one of the arts on the wiki page literally shows Metal Etamon. The only thing I'm drawn to is his toothpaste hair.
I love Etamon so much,
Oh my
man.
god.
Like this makes the entire like 5 episodes we had to watch of his short ass arc worth it to me. It's just like we didn't expect to see him again. We totally knew he was coming back. Keja didn't know he was coming back, but we knew he was coming back, and we were
It's so
still
sad
like,
'cause his- Some of his TCG arts make him look really fucking cool.
At least he wasn't like holding back in this episode. He actually used his real attack, the Dark Network.
He did. He also threw a banana peel at somebody.
Oh, he did that this episode. I thought he did that the
He's-
previous
oh, he-
episode, the Puppet Mon.
Was it in previous episode?
I'm
I've
pretty
been
sure
That's
it
the
was.
previous one.
I haven't noted on this
Yeah.
one, but could be the other one.
Yeah, he definitely banana peeled the shit out of Puppet Mon in their first bout.
So the moment that like boomed all of us, a new song freaking dropped in the middle of this episode.
Yeah.
Oh my
That was
god.
a jump scare.
Like none of us, like even those of us that have watched it, forgot about this song.
It only
It's-
appears one time.
It does.
It's crazy because like it appears this one episode in this series. It pops up again like once in 02, and then it's like in the ending credits of the movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it at the end of this episode for anyone listening to this. So if you want to hear what the song we're talking about, it's there.
It goes kind of crazy.
It's
I'm a
really fucking
fan.
good.
It was also really funny because we got so distracted by the music that like we completely lost all of what was happening in
we
the,
did.
Mhm.
in the scene.
We
Like,
feel
I
like-
couldn't even tell you what happened once that music played.
Didn't the music start playing during when the scene where the house becomes a mech?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
I
like,
actually,
think
really
so.
before
Yeah,
that.
I think it's like when the fight was finishing up because they all did like a cool like fold their arm pose like after the fight ended and shit.
Oh my god.
And then the house became human, and then well, not human, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Sentient.
It became a mech, basically.
Yeah.
house mech.
Oh my god. I was
House
not
moving
prepared.
kitchen.
So the only changes I've noticed was Ogremon does recognize who Saber Leomon is initially, whereas before he was like, "Oh, I don't know who this is," and then he changes back into Leomon. He's like, "Oh, you're my rival." Like right off the bat, Ogremon's like, "Oh, I know who you are."
Mhm.
I mean, if you look at Saber Leomon, it's kind of obvious who he came from.
Yeah.
I had no idea, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, "Oh, that's cool," and then I was like, "Oh, it's Leomon."
There is a dub moment where Leomon just burns the fuck out of Ogremon with like, "You don't even qualify as being a Digimon" kind of line.
Oh yeah.
Does not happen in the subtitle. In the subtitle, it's so different because he's like, Ogremon wants to fight him, and Leomon just says he's willing to fight, but he wants to fight him on equal ground, so he's gonna wait till he heals. And said he'll fight him then. So
I
it's,
mean, that would have been better.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
it's more in line with their like equal rivalry instead of just being like, you don't even qualify as a Digimon if you want to fight in a
Mhm.
situation like this.
I mean, for the situation they're in, yeah, I agree with Leomon, but that was a little too harsh, even for
Yeah.
Leomon.
Yeah, that was rough. We also get the death of Puppetmon. Garurumon just shows up and is immune to the puppet strings and just one-shots them and disappears.
Yeah, I would love to know
Fucking
where that
way.
power scaling just came from out of nowhere.
It's angst.
Most anticlimactic like defeat of one of the
Yeah.
grandmasters friggin' ever.
Oh,
After fucking around with them for like 8 episodes.
so
Yeah, I was
coulda-
like, oh.
there's
they
like
could have made it where Metal Etamon weakened him enough for Metal Garurumon to finish him, but it's like not there.
no.
No, he just just got frozen and that was it. And I was like, what?
Yep.
That's it?
There is
Wood
a
hates
nice
frostbite.
little like continuous nod that I saw in the Japanese where so I think it would be previous episode where Puppetmon said a line of like what has 4 strings and is made of wood. Um instead of that,
Oh, yeah.
his question is what am I missing? Which is a callback to Cherrymon's telling him he's missing
Mhm.
something. And he destroys Cherrymon. When he dies here, he also once again says, "What am I missing?" And it said in both, but in the dub we get Cherrymon responding saying "friends," I think.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
friendship.
He
Uh,
comes back with his mafia voice and says friends.
But
Friendship.
that does not happen in the subtitle. He does ask the question, but that's like it's a continuous thing of where he's just trying to figure out like that's his ongoing thing of like what am I missing? Like somebody answer my question kind of thing. So
Puppetmon's in the original version, Puppetmon's last words have his voice gradually lowering pitch as his gears stop
Mhm.
moving.
Ooh,
Fuck, dude.
that's
That's a
actually
nice
metal.
touch.
yeah. It's really well done.
See, that feels like way more like, oh, okay, he's actually dead. Whereas, like, when he got frozen, I was like, is he gonna, like, break out of it?
Is
Like,
that it?
Listen,
is that really just it?
listen, this is still a
It's-
kids show. We can't do that in
It's
America.
very anticlimactic.
Yeah. Is it this one where they talk about Mimi and Ogremon and then talk about gathering allies, or is it next episode?
Yes.
No, it's this episode.
So we end off this
Mhm.
episode with them planning to gather allies of other Digimon to help fight because they can't do it by themselves, and they accept
Mhm.
that. And Ogremon
Yeah.
is Tsundere, and I'm just happen to go the same way, so I'm
Oh
joining you guys.
yeah.
Leomon
they-
just lays all this on them too.
Yeah, they're trying to get back to what was
Wow
it?
Island.
Yes. I believe so.
Yeah.
But it's supposedly like all corrupted and shit, so
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because they want to. They were talking about the nursery, and then they were like,
yeah.
"Oh, Leomon's not going to come back until we cleanse all this corruption.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
need
he's
to cleanse it."
dead for right now.
Yep. Never saw that
No
coming.
Digiegg nothing.
Rip Leomon.
Which that makes me think. Like during that entire instance, does the code just stay in limbo forever, or does it just actually get deleted permanently?
It wouldn't be deleted permanently because, well, spoilers, I guess. He does come back, so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, true.
Shocking.
Yeah.
But
We will see him
mean-
again, so.
it's just one of those things that's like I don't. Do they even touch on that in the future? I don't think they do.
I'm not that deeply, I guess. No, I guess it's just kind of implied.
Because it always made me wonder, like, if anybody dies during that and the hatchery's basically gone, what the fuck happens to all the data that's been deleted?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm gonna assume homeostasis has a memory bank somewhere stored inside her hardware systems, and she's keeping everybody safe.
It could be that, or homeostasis might just replicate vital pieces that they may need later on, and maybe Leomon actually fit that role pretty well.
Yeah.
Because he is a guidepost for a lot of tamers.
It's. I don't know. Would this be considered like Yggdrasil's job as well? Like.
I always have a hard time deciphering that because Yggdrasil and homeostasis have the same kind of roles.
They kind of do. Homeostasis is more of the failsafe for Yggdrasil, where like Yggdrasil's the kind of ruler of the digital world, is the one that's in charge of all of it and all the law and order.
Yeah.
Homeostasis is the one that keeps him in line whenever he fucks off. So I would assume it's probably more Yggdrasil's role, but we don't really get much of Yggdrasil in the series, so
Yeah.
It's all focused on homeostasis and her Kari connection.
That still makes my brain hurt.
Mm-hmm. The higher powers in Digimon are very confusing.
Yeah. It's very well put together. It's just you don't learn about most of it until so much later on, which I guess is
Yeah.
good because like you wouldn't join like as a Digidestin and just be info dumped with the entire hierarchy of the digital world.
Yeah.
You're just kind of there for the vacation. You're there for summer. During your
Sure,
camping trip.
vacation.
What's summer vacation? They're on a camping trip.
Yeah, they're not having a vacation while they're in the Digi world, though.
Listen, nobody said vacation would always be non-stressful.
It's a hell of a
Uh-huh.
camping trip, that's for sure.
Anything else from this episode?
Not that
Sadness.
I can think of.
Lots of sadness. Next episode, My Sister's Keeper. More trauma points for this episode. We join in on Ty's group while they're walking through the desert on their way to, I guess, Piedmon? No, they're going towards Machinedramon. But Kyrie ends up passing out and is really sick, and it causes a lot of internal strife for Ty as we get some backstory there as they go into a local city that is modeled after, I think, New York. And Machinedramon's in that city, and God, why so much happened in these episodes?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just this episode just depresses me.
I forgot about this episode. This was after Kain had left, and we hit this episode. And I was like, "Oh shit, this does happen! Oh my god!" So yeah, Ty's super traumatized over Kyrie getting sick because once when he was a kid, he took a sick Kyrie out to go play soccer, and then she collapsed and almost died. And
she got pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which I don't think in the subtitle it's mentioned that she has pneumonia, but they do very explicitly say that she was barely alive for like 3 days.
Damn.
Goodness.
Yeah. So he's traumatized that she might die because she's known to hide her own struggles to like not hold anybody back, and he's supposed to be older brother, so they have to go find medicine for her, and they're in this weird city that looks like an actual city, and a lot of the stuff they're finding is just like empty boxes of things that should actually exist.
Yeah, the whole city's a prop.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
This episode kind of broke my brain because the Machinedramon army doing their stupid little
was it
chant.
the freaking ha 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 ha?
Oh,
Yeah.
They literally
Yeah.
just tried to make Machinedramon into a fucking general.
Well,
It was funny.
that is called like, what is it? The Dark Machine Army or something like that. There is like an actual like army name for whatever his thing is called. But God, that army chant was driving me nuts.
Oh yeah.
I found it amusing.
Yeah. Izzy admits map quest and VPNs in this episode, so we can thank him for all that. Too bad we don't have a VPN sponsorship. Yeah, they Izzy's using MapQuest and is like inadvertently leading Machinedramon to wherever they're at because they can track wherever he is every time he connects to the network. So Machinedramon just keeps rerouting his minions to their direction. And it
It's like
takes them a little
Etamon,
too
but
long.
bitter.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fuck your dark network. We have the internet. Um, it takes him a little too long to figure it out, so he invents a VPN and makes it to where he
Mhm.
can't be tracked, and then makes false tracking so that he can reroute them to other directions. To which Machine Dramon's just like, you know what? Fuck this city, and just decides to go ham and destroy the entire city.
And I hate
Literally
his
nukes
plan
it.
name so much. Ah yes,
Oh,
let's
eliminate.
eliminate.
Eliminate? How about a lemon 9?
Whenever I hate that he said it twice because he says it the first time and I'm like, I literally just heard a lemon 8. And I'm like, and then he re-enunciates it the second time and I'm like,
It's
I
like
hate
if the
it.
joke didn't hit the first time, maybe it'll hit the
Yeah,
second
Yeah.
time.
we'll do it again.
Yeah.
The
Like,
Metal Empire. That's what
that's
it
it,
was.
yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a really cool name.
It is. So Izzy and Ty make their way back towards where Kairi and Sora and TK are, because he left Sora in charge of Kairi, and TK there to help defend. And just as they arrive, the entire building gets exploded.
hmm
So, luckily, that would have actually been a really great time to put a cliffhanger. I'm surprised they didn't actually do that, because if they would have left the
Mhm.
episode on
Yeah.
that would have been great.
Oh my god, that would have been mind-boggling.
Yeah. But no, 2 seconds later, TK comes out of the bushes and is just like, yeah, we saw everybody moving, so I moved him out of the building because I'm smart like that for a 4-year-old.
He was like, "Look, I did my job. I protected them." I'm like, "Oh, sweet baby boy."
Like even though a lot of stuff happens in this episode, it's very lackluster.
Yeah. It's also really hard to remember that TK and Kyrie are the same age.
hmm
They do not act the same age at all.
I mean,
You say
Kyrie doesn't act like a
lackluster.
4-year-old to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She acts way too mature for her age.
She does. But I don't know, it's weird. Granted, they kind of all act a little too mature for their age sometimes. Like,
I mean, that's fair.
with the
Mhm.
exception of like 2 of the characters, I would say most of them don't act their age. So, yeah, it was a lot of like hide and seek. It really was just like, because we saw as the viewer what Machine Dramon was doing, so it's
Mhm.
not really like left up to our imaginations. Like, oh, well, this what could be happening? How do they keep finding them? Whereas we're like screaming at the screens, like, Izzy, stop! Izzy, stop
Izzy,
connecting!
please.
What are you doing?
You're in a whole like metal city dealing with the big metal man. Of course he's got a fix on you if you keep using your metal thing to
Right.
figure out where
I
you
mean,
are.
I did feel bad for Izzy though when Ty like went psycho. I'm like, he
Mhm.
had no way of knowing. Like, yes, it took him a little long to figure it out, but like, how was he supposed to know?
Right.
How do they try? I
Mhm.
mean, like, isn't the internet pretty fucking new?
To 1999, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
it would be very uncommon for anybody to be able to like backtrack people like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was not a
Yeah.
thing. But still, like,
I'm
how-
surprised he adapted at all to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, just suddenly brought out a VPN out of nowhere.
I mean, what's the quick
he
way to
learned
get a
it from
VPN?
his hacker friend. It's fine.
Hacker.
Or no, did he say
How
programmer?
old is Izzy? How old is Izzy?
Okay, it's already been established, and Izzy has a lot of online friends. That's already been
Mhm.
said
I get
before.
that.
So you know, children are talking to people on the internet are talking to like 50-year-old men. Even the ones that are pretending to be 15-year-old girls are 50-year-old men.
I hate that. I hate that fact. I
My
hate it.
hacker friend
Just
pointed me to NordVPN.
don't check Izzy's DMs. It's fine.
Okay, so Izzy's like 9 to 10 in this one.
Uh-huh.
hmm
Yeah, no. Even like being taught by people that would still be fucking hard.
Yeah.
Listen, he's the brainiac of the group. He's supposed to do all the things. He like made a holographic map of the entire world and the digital world and made them converge to explain digital theory to Tai. So
Yeah,
Keep
A
me
smart
smart.
kid.
he's even smarter in the remakes.
oh god. We'll get there.
Slowly.
Did we miss anything from this episode other than just like two
I
extra
mean,
points of
machine-
trauma?
the bombing.
Yeah,
Oh.
Megadramon and Gigadramon just acing the town of nukes.
Listen, I got edited out after 9/11. That didn't happen.
I don't
I think-
care if it did. I was in the dub episode. I still saw them shooting buildings.
Mhm. I think my favorite part was like right before they do it, Megadramon's like, "Can I blow something up?" And Gigadramon's like, "I don't know, can you?" It's like, bro, shut the fuck up, dude. What is
That's
this,
a
grade
something up.
school?
That is such a 2000s response to it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're basically like brothers, so I could see maybe why.
Can I go to the bathroom? I don't know. Can you? Bro, leave me alone.
I just
Oh,
want to
like-
have fun too.
you say that's grade school, but I had teachers that said that shit to me.
I also
Yeah,
had
yeah,
teachers that
yeah.
did that.
It wasn't a grade
And
school
I-
thing, that was a teacher thing.
Yeah, this was also, like 2017. Teachers were still saying that.
They were
I'm
still
about
doing
to
that?
piss my pants.
Jesus.
Yeah, there was days where like, there was somebody about to piss their pants in middle school, and it's like, I don't know, can you? Maybe if you say
Yeah.
may, I'll let you go.
Yeah, it's
like,
like,
dude,
Yeah.
dude,
I'll
just
whip it
give
out
me
right
the
here
hall
and take a piss on the
pass.
floor.
My god.
I gotta go.
This is no joke. I need to go now.
I'm not playing hooky. I gotta go, or there's gonna be a problem.
Listen, if I had the balls, I'd be like, piss pants. Oh yeah, I can. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
to
just fucking
prove
rub
a
it in the
point.
face.
I really do feel like that's something you would do, though.
10-year-old me would not have
Just to
done
prove
that.
a point. Not back then, but like
Now, just piss myself.
now you are absolutely that pity.
Now I'll be like, this is my pants. Okay, I guess I can. Now may I go home?
No, you may
Now
not.
may I
You
go get
clean
a
up that
change of
mess.
clothes?
I need a change of clothes now, please.
You are not wrong. I would do some shit like that.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Concern.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
the Draymons were really cool though. Like of the first time seeing like flying. Well, I just saw them as flying serpents, but
Mhm.
then I was like, oh, they're Draymons, but they're neat. I liked
Mhm.
their designs.
Yeah.
They're probably one of my favorite, like, super early Digimon designs.
I like that there's
I-
like they're similar and like still like different. So like they make it to where like okay, these are the first instance of twin Digimon that we kind of see. So
Twin Digimon?
yeah.
Yeah, because the only difference between them is their color scheme.
Yep. Wait till you get
I thought they were at different levels. Just based
So-
off their names.
Keja, there's a whole wormhole of different variants that you're gonna learn about.
Yep. Other twin Digimon that you'll eventually run into is going to be Terriermon and Lopmon, where you've seen Terriermon because we posted it in the group chat. Lopmon's just the
And I've
chocolate bunny
seen-
flavor.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
swear
say
to
I've seen
God.
Lopmon.
Yeah, so
Lopmon needs more love. I swear to God, if the next game or story and Lopmon gets bodied again, I'm gonna fucking riot. Give Lopmon a happy ending. Don't make another Leomon.
So on another sad note though,
Mhm.
right at the beginning of that episode, when Kari like passes out, Getamon's just like, humans aren't supposed to be this color, are they? And I'm like,
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
so
Oh.
sad.
Poor Gatomon.
I'm just like, poor Gatamon doesn't understand anything that's happening because this is the first time like they've even been together, so
It,
she doesn't understand.
it goes in like it makes a lot of sense that she would still be sick because the reason she didn't go to camp was because she was sick, and it's only been a couple days. So,
This is true.
because how long were they in the real world fighting Myotismon?
Probably about
couple of
4 or 5 days.
Yeah, and camp was literally that day before, so they
Only one day as
Yeah.
well. Like they weren't even gone for a day.
Yeah, so she was probably still sick when they jumped ship to the digital world. So this is
That's another like time question though.
Mhm.
Like how many days in the digital world has it been?
mm, not long.
Because like it may not seem like it, but they're fucking beating these guys left and right, and it's
Mhm.
like they haven't really shown like their resting periods too much. It's just been constant ambush after ambush.
It has. That's why I'm
Yeah.
like I'm saying it's not long because they came in and they got walloped by all four of them, and then they immediately got shucked in with Seedramon, and they were in that chase, and then they got chased from the water into Puppetmon territory, and like I think the closest they've had to a resting period has been between Puppetmon and this Machinedramon, because
But then they were walking that whole time, so they weren't
Yeah.
actually resting.
yeah, so like
Mhm.
that's the biggest time gap we would probably have, or opportunity for a time gap, because they've been very much shown constantly moving. So I would assume even in
Yeah.
the digital world it couldn't be more than a day or two.
That's another thing I wanted to touch on too. I'm wondering if the making of Spiral Mountain fucked with the time at all.
I don't know on that one.
Because it's always the same daytime throughout
Mhm.
each episode, so I'm wondering if because of Spiral Mountain being made, it just warped the timeline for the digital world where it never actually like moves.
That's possible. I mean, if they've managed to destroy Primary Village enough to where eggs aren't even being born anymore.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first thing or
So
the
just
last thing they could alter.
Yeah.
Which is a
so
really
you
neat
just think that
concept,
time just isn't
honestly.
really passing.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
say if we are going to get an answer to that question, it will be by the end of the series, because I know what the last
Mhm.
episode is and what some of the dialogue is. So if that question gets answered, it's going to be in the last episode. Which
Okay.
I don't know if it is or not, because I know the key points of the final episode. I do not remember the small details of all the logistics. Um, anything else? Oh,
From
Paimon's martini. We get a shot of Paimon just drinking alcohol.
yeah, they didn't even censor it.
No.
No, Yu-Gi-Oh apple juice or whatever
Yep.
and shit. It's just literally a martini.
Yep, he was drinking a martini.
I didn't even
I,
remember
you
that.
know, I honestly figured Piedmon be a wine man.
Nah, it pretty much fits that he'd be a bitch ass and drink a martini. Alright.
I think that was everything on that episode,
Yep.
honestly.
Final episode for this batch. The Crest of Light. After one last explosion thingy, all the kids get dropped into basically the sewers and get split up even more. Kari wakes up with TK, Sora finds them, and ties with Izzy. Kyrie becomes queen, and starts glowing. And we see some familiar faces. My god, a lot happened this episode. I'm reading through my notes and
I've got the synopsis pulled up. This is the longest freaking paragraph ever.
you want to know my first note for this episode?
What was that?
It is just toe in all caps, because for some reason toe was just on the background in graffiti while Kyrie was sleeping.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea why just toe.
So I'm wondering if that was supposed to be like Toei animation.
That's
maybe.
what I thought too, but I never saw the I. I just saw the
Well-
E.
You watched the subtitled one. Was it on the wall in that one too?
Yes.
And then it didn't have an I attached at the end of it?
Nope.
Hmm.
which there's a lot of like, because there was like Japanese characters on one of the subway signs as well.
I'm dumb
So-
as hell. I didn't realize I was muted for a second.
Oh my god.
Oh, I thought you were just talking
I
to
was
somebody,
gonna-
man.
I think there was a
Yeah.
train rolling by, so I muted and then forgot.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I had
gotcha.
assumed there was a train going by, which is why
Ah.
he had muted. So
Damn. Shit talked to
Just
the
keep running.
martini and I didn't even get to fight back.
oh,
Oh.
oh, are you a
no.
martini drinker?
I used to like martinis.
That fits actually.
Yeah. Wow.
Same
Okay.
energy. That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just coming for Kane's kneecaps.
Listen, I could see Kane's model in a Paimon outfit.
Because
Don't,
I'm a
don't give him that
clown.
idea.
Of all the four of us here, probably.
It's because I'm a clown. I knew it.
Wait a minute. If we're going off that logic, does that make me Machine Dramon?
Yes.
You know, I'm for it. I like Machine Dramon.
I'm concerned as to where this is going.
It's fine. We'll end it there.
Great.
It's fine, Keja.
I'm so glad we're ending it there because I don't feel like I want to be associated with any of these things.
Wait, you
It's
know-
because like the other two are what? It's Metal Seedgermon and
Puppet Mon.
Puppet Mon.
I feel like Cyan would be Puppetmon if anything.
Yeah, I'd claim that. I'd pull out a Glock. Puppet On also gives off energy that he would just piss himself in front of his teacher.
He knows
Jesus
exactly what
Christ.
that energy.
I don't know, may I? And then he pisses his pants.
Oh my god. So Kari, Sora, and TK run into Weru Manzuman, being a slave driver, quite literally, to Numamon for some reason, making them push gears that's never explained what the gears are actually for, I don't think. But yeah. Kyrie just kind of goes magic lady form and fucks everything
Yep.
up, I guess.
Yeah, this was a weird one.
Yeah.
This is a weird episode.
Yeah.
So the only changes that I really have for this is actually there's three changes. There's
Mm.
three major changes is one, the Numamon when she frees them, and they aren't calling her Queen Kyrie, they're calling her Hikari Sama.
Mhm.
Her voice does not change when she starts glowing. It's her same like normal speech patterns.
Mhm.
Oh.
And this entire chase where Wairo Manzumon is chasing Piyomon and Patamon has some of the silliest music I have ever heard in the series. And there's so many gags, and it feels like it should have been the Etamon fight.
Mhm.
Because it is so ridiculous. It is filled with so many little hijinks of like them popping around corners, and it's weird. It was really weird to watch.
I mean, even in the dub they did that and it was hilarious to watch, but I'm like,
Mhm.
It's ramped up to like 10 in the sub.
Lend me a hand.
they're just like, this is the fastest I've ever flown!
So for some reason none of the Mons can evolve in these tunnels until Kyrie starts surging with energy and like boost them up somehow.
Oh, that I liked that part. That was really
was
funny.
Gatomon's line of "I'm surging with energy, quick, get me a scratching post."
It immediately sparked me for future Digimon series we're gonna watch at some point, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Because, boy, that happens in the future.
Mhm.
yeah.
I think one of my favorites was Tentamon. Like the Tentamon Digivolve 2, Kabuterio. Never mind.
I mean, it's both. It's kind of a good thing that they didn't digivolve down there because
Mhm.
like, that's a
Small
fucking
enclosed
tunnel.
area.
Oh my gosh, like when
As
friggin-
Machidramon proved.
Yeah.
Yeah, Machinamon just stood up and it's like was just taking through that shit.
Oh my god. I mean, we get the Agumon doing his little like he thinks he's evolving, and he's like, "I'm
I'm
Greymon, I'm
Greymon,
Greymon,
I'm
yeah,
Greymon."
I'm so big, I'm so big." Like, oh, you baby, please stop.
Yeah, but before that happens, I'm pretty sure Ty throws hands with fucking Izzy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have a moment that is followed by another moment of he's a little too close and
Hmm.
intimate spacing between the two of them that made me uncomfortable.
I just like how it's like, all right, he's punched me, and then a split second later, he's like, hold on, somebody's coming.
He's just embracing him and whispering in his ear, and I'm like, that's all right. And then they're just like, yeah, let's pretend to fight some more.
Izzy, quick, play along. We're gonna fight in the corner.
Oh my god. What was it Izzy said? He said because he thought it sounded tough.
I called him a ruffian.
Yeah,
Oh my
the
God.
ruffian.
Yeah, you're a bully and a ruffian. And
Oh
he's
my
like, is that
God.
all you got? Really? He's like, on short notice, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was something.
Oh, another change that I was reading up on, when Machinedramon nukes Warumanzemon, and Warumanzemon's just like, oh, he shot off my paw. No, he's dead.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
In the original, he's
Oh,
just
yeah.
fucking dead.
There's no
was
owies and boo
hilarious.
boos. It's straight up just
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, here's what you get, Monzamon, and then just arm.
It's
Yeah.
weird how much
Oh,
they
my
like
paw.
they try and dance around death in this series so much
Mhm,
when
mhm.
we straight up saw Wizardmon die. We
2
straight up saw
episodes ago, we saw Leomon
we saw
die.
Leomon. We saw freaking Waymon got shot all the way through too.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Listen,
And
we
senior
can't
parts
show a
the-
teddy bear getting
yeah.
skewered.
yeah.
We watched Puppetmon freeze to death like 4 episodes ago.
Yeah. Like, I mean, so the slow like falling asleep deaths I could see a bit more
Mm-hmm.
because like we saw that with Chumon as well. But the ones where it's just like, yeah, they straight up gave Waymon a new blowhole.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like hiding that.
I hate that I can still hear that sound effect whenever he died.
That was like a balloon pop, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. That was the most awkward sound ever.
Speaking of sounds,
Oh no.
Machinedramon and his ASMR Giga Cannon. Why he say it like that?
I didn't need to remember that.
Why he say it like that? It's so deep and just like whispered, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
I wonder if the VA had a hard time keeping like the low voice, so he had to get closer to the mic.
Oh my god.
Machinedramon, I need you to chill for a second.
I've like unlocked a new kink here. I don't know how I feel about it. Machinedramon about to be my new wait, hear me out crush right now.
Machinedramon about to be the Dramon daddy.
We do just straight up see a Numamon genocide as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
To be fair, I'm okay with that because I have a deep hatred for Numamon.
Man.
And then the death of Machinedramon, or whatever his freaking name is.
That was actually so
Yeah.
I have one really fucking cool. I like the whole concept of like War Greymon coming through and then digivolving back and he's just like, no,
Mhm.
I sliced you to ribbons.
I sliced you up like an onion.
Like that was really fucking cool. I
Mhm.
like that. I like
Shout
that
out to the
touch.
Dramon Destroyers.
What I did not understand, why does Koromon now have a scratch on his face?
Yeah, that little scar thing kind of confused
Oh,
me.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys didn't catch that. So basically, he did like Machinedramon did land a hit on
Like,
War Greymon's head,
yeah.
and the scratch only affected him when he de-digivolved to Agumon and Koromon.
But we've never seen that happen before. We've never seen like a wound.
Like battle damage actually stay after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
it just
think
like
it
caught
was
me off
just
guard.
to help emphasize, like it was just to help the emphasis, I guess.
Maybe it just caught me off guard. That scene was really fucking cool, but that just caught me
Mhm.
so off guard.
So this one kind of like rubbed me wrong because like Machine Ramon's like one of the enemies that you have to
Mhm.
fight in a lot of games. The fact that he went down that easily is
Yeah.
depressing as
Yeah.
shit. Like out of all of these that should have
Yeah.
gone down a lot easier, Puppetmon should not have lasted as long as he did.
Oh my god, yeah.
Listen. All I gotta say is for Machine Jamon Daddy, I'd go down that easy too.
But Zeta, the Draymond destroyers, bro.
I get that. I also feel like they did Metal Seedramon dirty.
Yeah.
Because like he's also one of those super strong ones that can
Mhm.
fight an endgame boss for stuff. Just seeing them both get bodied like in split seconds, it's just
Mhm.
it's really depressing.
Damn shame 2 of the 4 Dark Masters happen to be Draymond.
Right? They planned that too well.
We
They're
got
like-
I mean,
counterpicked.
I give them props for paying attention to like the actual weapon names that Wargreymon has.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not enough people pay attention to the finer details of the actual lore.
Yeah, between that and like them bringing up the Chrome Digizoid stuff recently
Mhm.
too, I forgot that they brought that shit up.
Yeah. No,
I was like, oh wow, okay, that's cool.
give the props to Genai. He was probably like, hey, who's the Dark Masters? Draymon and Draymon? Let's throw
Mhm.
a Koromon egg in here. let's
This will
work
be a
this out.
useful tool for later.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Andromon shows up.
Yeah, that was honestly my only. Yeah, he finally shows up too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get Andromon coming back, who is also gathering an army. So
Yeah.
lots of
Yeah.
allies.
He was gathering an armor from Machine Ramon who just died in like 5 seconds.
It's fine. We
I
still
wonder
have
how
one
bad
left.
that made him feel.
Oh my god.
I'm making an army. Oh, okay, never mind.
I guess the main problem's taken care of. Good job, kids.
I am curious how much this army is going to contribute in the next fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't remember it that well. I remember a fight that is coming up. It is
Yeah.
a very interesting cat fight, but I do not remember.
Oh yeah, let's go! I just remembered. Sorry.
So next week, Kane's gonna be simping the way I've been simping for Machine Dramon.
You're gonna
See
be
what I'm-
whipping out Clip Studio and fucking start drawing right there while we're watching it.
Oh my God.
what a good week this is gonna be.
It's gonna be our final week, then.
Hell yeah.
Well, our final week for this batch, at least, until we come in
Yeah.
for O2.
O2, baby.
Man, O2's gonna be
Yeah.
great. I'm excited. Man, any final thoughts on these episodes? Anything we missed? Oh, wait, the Orby thingy. So like, I've talked about this with all of y'all after like the episodes, and this is gonna be something to notate for when we're later in the series. But when Piedmon attacks Genai in the lab, he throws like a black pearl
Oh,
into
yeah.
Genai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he slips him a Mickey.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, I forgot we had a brief conversation about that after.
Yo, so that
Yeah,
might
we-
be a thing that foreshadows some stuff later on that Keja doesn't know about
Yeah.
yet, but we're gonna keep that in mind because I didn't realize that was a thing
I
until we saw it.
completely forgot about that.
We
Mhm.
almost forgot about it again because like literally it happens 3 seconds into the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just a little
wait a
notate
minute.
that so we have it on record that we saw it.
Something to keep note of for something that happens 15 years
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers playing the long game.
Oh my god.
Alright. favorite mons or evolutions from this batch?
I'm torn. I love Gigadramon.
There are a lot of good ones.
Mhm.
I love Gigadramon and Megadramon, but I still love Machine Dramon more.
I love Monzemon's design so much. And I know y'all don't like it, but Etamon having a Werumonzemon little plushie when Etamon has a Monzemon plushie makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Look, I just don't like the series Etamon because he's Elvis.
Mhm.
Outside of that, I can tolerate him.
It is only because he's Elvish that I can tolerate him.
I don't like that card art where he's just showing his grippers.
I need this card art.
I mean, it's right there. It's in the
Well,
conflict chat.
I didn't
Let's.
even look at. Oh wow, you're showing it. I wasn't even looking at the feet.
Oh my god.
They stand out. They're pure white and
It's
they're
okay.
standing out.
It's okay. He's on vacation.
That's
He's
better.
chilling.
Give me that one. That
Gosh.
one's a better version.
Lord.
Lord.
What about you, Keja? Any standout mons?
I liked Saber Leomon, even though like it wasn't really what I expected an evolution of Leomon to look like. I like Leomon as a whole, so
You are not gonna
Saber
like the
Leomon
in-between
was cool.
stage at all.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
well,
Do
Bad.
we ever get to see the in between stage?
Not in an anime, no.
Mm-mm.
Jog my memory. What is it?
Grapleomon.
But Grapleomon's not that bad of a
Oh.
design.
I'm just
My
saying
brain went
Keja's
to
not gonna like it.
Panjamon.
Oh, yeah, Panjamon was the one I was thinking of.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
Keja's not gonna like the design. I don't mind the design, but I don't think it's gonna. If Keja doesn't like Saber Leomon as well, she likes it, but she doesn't see it as a Leomon evolution. Definitely not gonna like Grapleomon.
It's okay. There's the alternative Panjamon. It's fine.
I mean, there's always an alternative.
Yeah,
That's
true.
the good thing about Digimon.
Thanks, Digimon.
Right. Alright. So, next week we will be finishing up the series with 50 through 54. Yeah. It's hard to believe we're already done with the first series.
It went by really quickly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it doesn't feel like we've done that many.
No. I mean, this is episode 9. 10 episodes and done with this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had to start looking at O2 and figuring out how we're gonna break it up. So, which O2 we'll have a new guest joining us, another newbie to Digimon, so Keja won't be the only one.
Yay.
So, but yeah, we'll see next week. Sorry for the impromptu month and a half break. Shit happens, but we'll be back on schedule. Keja, where can they find you in the meantime?
I stream on Twitch at KJames13, and I'm on Twitter under the same name.
Zeta, where can they find you?
Okay. You can find me at Zeta Redux on Twitter and TikTok, and Zeta Redux with an underscore at the end of it on Twitch.
Which now I have to like re-edit your card.
I'm sorry.
And Kain, where can I find you?
You can find me on Twitch and Twitter and TikTok at punished_Kain.
And I am Cyan Kincaid on Twitch and Twitter. If you want to find any details regarding this podcast or the other podcast I run, check out our Twitter at RiceCon Podcast. We publish this on YouTube, Spotify. I need to get this up on the Google Podcast eventually. I need to make an account. But yeah, until then, see y'all next time. Enjoy changing the power.